Good morning, guys. Today we'll be going over offsets. And I'll take you through the steps on what an offset degree bend is, okay? And how it is used. So if you see here, as I explained before, on offsets you have to go by multipliers and degrees, okay? So to the left of me, it's the degree of bend. The first one we have a 10 degree, which would be the multiplier is 6. The second we have a 22 degree, which would be the multiplier is 2.6. The third, you have a 30 degree, which would be the multiplier of 2. And the reason why the multiplier of 2 is in a square is because that's the degree of bend I'm going to work on today and show you. Then you have a 45 degree, which would be the multiplier is 1.4. And you have a 60 degree, which would be the multiplier is 1.2. Okay, now the first thing about bending pipe is a few things you must need. You need a good hand bender that's calibrated, a tape measure, and a number 2 pencil. And first and foremost, your PPE. The reason why I have on PPE now because I'm explaining on board, but I will have it on when I bend the pipe. So now, here I gave you kind of like a little demonstration on how the multiplier is used. So I use a little format that calls height times the multiplier gives you the distance between bends, okay? So this here we consider our 4S box. That would be the distance that I'm trying to get to. So you see that distance is 10. So I have a 10 degree mark right here. And I'll put a mark around the whole pipe. So therefore, if the pipe was to slip inside the bender, I can always get back to my mark. The second will be the 16 mark. And that will be the distance between bends. So how did I get to 16 mark is, since the height of my cedar block is 8 inches, and my multiplier is 2, okay? So remember, height times multiplier equals distance. So the height of the cedar block is 8. Since I'm doing a 30 degree bend, my multiplier is 2, equals 16. So that's how I got the difference in between bends. Now I'm gonna do a small little demonstration, but yet I'm not gonna use these numbers, I'm gonna use those numbers right here so you can basically see what it's like. So the first thing I will do is just get the distance that I'm trying to get to, okay? Which is 15 1/4. See here, it stops at 15 1/4. So I take my pipe bender, take my pipe, and I'll go 15 1/4. And a complete circle around the pipe. Okay, complete circle. That will be my first mark, as you can see. So if it slips out the piping, I can always get back to this mark, okay? Now the second number is the height of the block, okay? So the height of the block is 5 3/4, okay? So I have to do 5 3/4 times 2. If I'm not mistaken, it should be 11 1/2. It should be 11 1/2. So from my second mark, I come down 11 1/2. And again, I go completely around the pipe. Completely around the pipe. Okay, now. There's 2 ways you can use this hand bender. For one, you can bend it up top, or you can use foot pressure to do it on the ground. But since this is a 1/2 inch pipe, I'm gonna do it from up top, okay? So my mark here is the first mark. I'll line it up with this mark here, with this arrow, as you can see. And now the first steps is always to make sure that you got proper control of the hand bender. So I teach my students to put their feet in here, knee bent, and now the pipe bender is in a wedge position and you can't slip it, as you can see. I insert my pipe, I line it up with this mark here, okay? I lock it in, and I'll take it down to 30 degree. And as you can see, I didn't take it all the way inside the bender. I laid the bottom of the pipe on the 2.0 mark, which is the multiplier for 30 degree, okay? You would take the pipe out, you rotate it, all right? Once you rotate it, you find your second mark, and you line it right back up with this, right with the bend mark, Make sure you look down the pipe, straight down the pipe, make sure it's all the way level and straight. Same thing, lock it in place, take it down again to a 30. Right there, there you go. You have your 30-degree offset.